Welcome back to your aviation news recap, where I take a look at some of the most pressing stories in the aviation industry that didn't get their own video. Today's coverage centers around a new airline coming out of Japan, Etihad Airways news, developments from Canada, and much more. Today's video is also sponsored by Incogni. So, Air Japan is an upcoming Japanese carrier that will act as a medium-haul airline for All Nippon Airways. Essentially, think of them as a subsidiary. The airline was unveiled some time ago, however it is now gearing up for a launch with 2024 operations targeted. Now a first route has also been announced. Air Japan will fly from Tokyo Narita to Bangkok with its Boeing 787, the initial aircraft series that it does plan to launch with. While some clarity may be needed on how Air Japan will work with ANA, think of Japan Airlines and Zip Air's relationship. Zip Air is a low-cost airline by Japan Airlines, and that's what ANA plans to do with Air Japan. Regarding the specifics around the launch for Air Japan, well, flights will begin on the 9th of February 2024 as NQ001, departing Narita at 5:55 PM on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, arriving in Bangkok at 11:15 PM. Air Japan will cater likely towards the diverse needs of leisure and business travelers, looking to offer a wide range of services but also fare options importantly, and really aim to support the Japanese government's target of attracting 60 million foreign visitors to Japan by 2030. It's delivered under the Fly Thoughtful concept, where they really want to invite their new passengers to enjoy the services. The 787-8 will be configured with 324 seats, all in economy class. As part of its low-cost model, and as outlined by ANA, the launch of Air Japan and this route are subject to regulatory approval, but it'll be very exciting to see how developments move ahead in the future. Airbus, meanwhile, unveiled its orders and deliveries for July, and interestingly, new commitments for the A350 as well. Thanks to the new commitments, Airbus has reported over 1,100 net orders for the A350, with 2 now undisclosed customers ordering the type, with a total of 10 for July. The variant selected, well, it's your very routine A350-900, and meanwhile also in July, Iberia secured another A350-900 ordered through International Airlines Group, its parent company. Essentially, the International Airlines Group is home to also other major carriers, such as your Aer Lingus, British Airways, and more on top of that. There are currently 516 Airbus A350s in active service. The largest operator of the A350 series, though, at the moment is Singapore Airlines, with 63. Following Singapore Airlines, you have your Cathay Pacifics and Qatar Airways that also have incredibly high rates of flying with this type. Thing is though, we spend a lot of our life online, and frankly every year there are data breaches, and their scopes are actually only growing. In annual data published in 2022, total victims grew 41.5% year on year. It means the data of you, your family, and or friends could be at risk. Additionally, if you're watching this in the US alone, well, with people search sites, essentially think of them as dedicated to creating detailed personal profiles of Americans and publishing them, it's more than really evident how scams, identity theft, online harassment, stalking, and more can all take place, impacting your time online. That's where Incogni steps in. Incogni ensures that your personal information stays off the market through repeated removal requests. It means that whenever there's a new record of your data that appears, Incogni removes it and takes care of it for you. By creating an account granting the right to work with you and kicking back to, say, PlaneSpot or PlayFlight Simulator, your data can finally have protection. You can get Incogni at incogni.com/DJs Aviation and an exclusive 60% off annual Incogni plan as well. Moving along to Etihad Airways, who have announced plans to begin an Abu Dhabi to Boston service from the 31st of March 2024. Adding Boston to the route network means it'll become the 4th destination within the United States that the company does serve. Boston joins the likes of Chicago, New York, and Washington. However, before the pandemic, it's worth mentioning that they did also fly to Los Angeles. A Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner will operate the service 4 times a week, departing on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Comments from Etihad Airways were as follows, with the new Boston route presenting exciting opportunities for American travelers to explore Abu Dhabi's cultural treasures and experience its renowned hospitality. From the iconic Grand Mosque to the Louvre, Abu Dhabi, the city offers a captivating blend of modernness and tradition. While a benefit to Etihad Airways customers with increased connectivity to the United States, this is also thanks to their partnership with JetBlue, which sees customers have the ability now to connect onwards to more US cities through JetBlue's expansive network. As part of a commitment to the people, Flair Airlines will be adding 13 new routes this winter schedule, which will now be available on your screen. A host of routes, really though to warm weather destinations such as Cancun, will begin from the end of October or November. At the same time, there are also plans to launch new flights in the early stages of 2024. The president and CEO, Stephen Jones of Flair, said Canadians want affordable options to sun this winter, and we've heard them. The additions we've made to our winter schedule reflect our commitment to offering exciting options for our customers to create their getaway without breaking the bank. Edmonton to Cancun, Vancouver to Cancun, and Montreal to Cancun are the only new service announcements that will be flying daily. Other newly announced services will either be a couple of times or more weekly. Flair Airlines currently has 20 aircraft in service, but this upcoming winter, the airline will also send 2 of its 737 MAX aircraft down to Bonza in Australia to help this new low-cost airline launch a totally new base out of the Gold Coast, which will be its 3rd. What are your thoughts on today's Aviation News Weekly recap? Let me know down below in the comments, and thank you very much for your continued support. Take care and be safe, and I'll see you next time.